of the police, they brought in a CERT team to flood the woods with huge
where we were. We were straight down there at the end of that road. Um, this spot we stumbled upon because we were trying to find back roads to Longwood Gardens. And on our way to Longwood Gardens, we heard the chopper. And as soon as we came around the bend, we saw the police. So we immediately capture that audio. Since they started playing it, I believe maybe 2 days ago they started. Poe Copson. Poe Copson. I'll get it. I have to write it down. So we wanted to grab the audio of that helicopter, and we finally did. Though it was very muffled, it sounds like the mother was crying almost, pleading for her son to return and end this peacefully. The mother obviously doesn't want anything to go down. The state police they don't want to shoot and kill this guy, but if they have to, they will. Got that. So let's check and see if there's any update from anybody that. For those of you guys that are just joining, the helicopter was just playing the message from the mother asking for a peaceful surrender. Sorry, guys, I'm just going through some text. To see for many of the people I have working on the ground. So there's an unconfirmed report um, that there might have been a third burglary. Now, this is not confirmed in any way. I'm just saying that, from what I'm understanding, I received a message from a resident who says that the state police. Let me read the message 1 second. I'll just read it direct. My mother was talking to one of the troopers when she went out to pick up some groceries, and she said they had mentioned that this morning they had someone from the area of the other neighborhoods he was found at, not sure if it was Water Glen or Ballantree or nearby, come home from the holiday weekend to find their door open. So there may have been a third break-in over the weekend that was just discovered earlier today. Take it with a grain of salt, though. sometimes my mom can mix up some details, but just putting it out there that it might be possible that the guy did get into another home. We do know that he burglarized 2 homes. One of the burglaries was quite bizarre. When he arrived to the house, he flicked on the lights, and the homeowner, it was something with flickering lights. It was a very bizarre burglary. The second one, he emptied out the guy's fridge and left. So when they responded and asked what was missing, it was food. There were no firearms reported missing, but people won't know, authorities don't know if he has a knife. Nobody keeps count of how many knives they have at home, so it's possible that he has a knife, but keep in mind, even if he does, he's exhausted at this point. It's in this weather. If he was to make a lunge at an officer, they're going to, regardless of the weather, they're going to shoot him. I just don't see this guy having the energy to chase down or an officer or make a run for it in this weather. But we've been wrong as far as thinking that the perimeter was airtight when he was able to make his way out of the perimeter. So everything at this point is on the table. We really don't know, other than what we're told about the burglaries that are confirmed. 2 of them are confirmed. The third one is a potential. That's from a resident, and they said take it with a grain of salt. But what we know is he escaped on Thursday between 8 and 9 in the morning.
Of Danelo Cavalcante by residents, by cameras, by also by a Pennsylvania state trooper who actually saw him escape into the woods. What you are looking at now is the latest sighting. It has not been confirmed yet by any means, but judging by the response, there's a reason why there's such a large response here. You're looking at on the 300 block of Chandler Road in Pocopson Township. Where this is, just to give you guys some landmarks, if you're familiar with the Chadds Ford Brandywine area, we're just about a mile north of the Chadds Ford Winery, right on Route 1, Baltimore Pike. We are about a half a mile east of Parkersville Road. We are about a half a mile west of Creek Road and about a half a mile south of 926, just to give you a little idea. Very, I'm going to say rural, but very heavily wooded area. From when I'm looking at Pocopson Road, Chandler Road, those are all the areas that are under heavy police response and search right now. You're looking at basically where the center of where the staging area was and still is for a number of law enforcement of many different agencies. As I was saying before, it's hard to tell which agency they're with because there are so many who have responded to this. Of course, you see uniformed state troopers, Pennsylvania state troopers. We saw local police as well as U.S. Marshals and others who have volunteered their efforts. I can tell you also, maybe not surprisingly, there are quite a few people who are who have regular citizens who are out here trying to find Danelo Cavalcante themselves because there's a $10,000 reward that's being posted. So there are private citizens who are out here, not within the search areas, but certainly there are a lot of people responding to this response. What you're looking at right now is where are we? More state troopers coming to the scene. We probably saw about 50 both uniformed patrol cars and undercover cars showing up to the scene, trying to do what they've been doing for the last 6 days, trying to track down Danelo Cavalcante, who slipped away from the Chester County Prison now 6 days ago. Let me open the window here a little bit as we hear more police helicopters in the distance. As I was saying before, we heard for the second day in a row a message from Danelo Cavalcante's mother in Portuguese that was recorded from Brazil, that was broadcast on loudspeakers through the helicopter and also on ground, in hopes that Danelo Cavalcante would hear the sound of his mother's voice and try and maybe have some semblance of righteousness and give himself up. He is considered armed and dangerous. We're told, at least from now, we're 23 and a half, well, maybe 22 and a half hours ago, he was last seen on a trail cam about a mile from here, maybe a mile and a half, right near Longwood Gardens. He has since, if this turns out to be correct, it would be another sighting, and this would be a completely different search zone. It would be another huge radius that he has now traveled. He is now, from sightings, he has traveled south for several days, about a mile or so in woods. We know he has gotten in possession of a backpack and possibly what else. We do know there were 2 residential burglaries here over the last few days, and the running theory is that those unoccupied houses where Danelo Cavalcante may have gotten some of the things that he has. There was also a gentleman in the area who said he came face to face with Danelo Cavalcante, and
Mustang, can you hear that? Can you hear the scanner?
Pocopson Township, County, Pennsylvania, where the manhunt for 34-year-old Danelo Cavalcante continues as the sun goes down, as darkness begins to fall here on Chester County. You're seeing the latest response to a reported sighting of Cavalcante somewhere along Chandler Road area.
Well, did you guys just hear that? It's just I don't really ever play the scanner. This is, hold on, share screen. Like, this is the scanner.
Only out the woods, go again. Just falling in the woods.
So, like, it's playing. So, can you guys hear that?
Station 23, I'm off 90 for your second call. 102, Port Marnock Drive, between Sharp Road and 5 Farms Circle, New Garden Township, CBA. Go in with your message. I'm hearing someone in the woods.
Baby deer in the woods.
He was just seen
Yeah, big deer in the woods.
about
558.
half an hour ago.
29 to 28 on your side.
Is that not coming in?
Oh, 'em. 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 '
Okay, let's see. Hold on.
62 in front of Beaumont Elementary School, 575 Beaumont Road, East End Township. There's a person.
Well, besides me blasting up my own eardrums.
Traffic 25 on West Fireplace. Traffic 25. A 2532 is responding. Which is the best way for me to come in? Got that blood. Blood. 62 in front of Beaumont Elementary School, 575 Beaumont Road, East End Township. There's a person. Traffic 25 on West Fireplace. Traffic 25. A 2532 is responding. Which is the best way for me to come in? Hamels 23 Meg 21 10. I believe maybe a bicycle is down with a leg injury there in front of the school on Beaumont.
So, when you see patch
2532 to traffic 25, did you copy?
the patch 65149, that's the one when they're talking about the manhunt one. Meaning, obviously, the Chester County has more than one channel going on, but when you see patch 65149, that's when they're talking about the Danelo guy.
465, responding, second call. 1604 Shady Side Road between Waimea Drive and Hidden Drive.
I'm gonna go back.
Township before.
I'm gonna go back to. Let's go back over to this and see what they're doing here. Hit play. Hit play.
And the helicopter flying above, I'm still hearing that. See, more state police, more law enforcement. And it seems to be this is where they're doing this kind of seems to be somewhat of a staging area for this sighting, because we're seeing law enforcement, state police, search crews come and go almost to get direction and back again. Just trying to look at my map here. I'm going to stand by for a minute. I'm just going to take off my microphone, so bear with me just for a minute.
So it wasn't too long ago, guys, that on the scanner that they had spotted him in the ditch or something like that near the water, near the creek. And so basically all these cop cars were racing to Chandler, to about 357 Chandler Road or whatever it's called. And so it's basically like they're hot on his trail, but it's just a matter of getting him. So I really hope that they get him today. put people's minds at ease anyway. So let me see what Nick's doing over there. Well, let's just go see what Nick's doing over there on Twitter. Let's see what he's doing.
They're here right now. It means they're expecting like this is in the radius with which where he's at. Stuff stopped over there. I can't tell if they're stopping all traffic or not. They very well may be.
I don't know. Ask the trooper.
But they have binoculars. They're just flying in here and wait. Looks like everything there is stopped right now. These people are.
So you guys, this is Nick T off of Twitter. So he's been live doing this
Put it on Do Not Disturb.
for like the last
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to put the phone on Do Not Disturb.
hold on. Wait, what's he saying?
Yes, I live in Margaret Drive where everything's happening. So, really?
Okay.
No,
If you can't hear this very good, it's just because you can't, because he's on Twitter and he's doing this live streaming and he's not really talking.
And there's a glare. That's the problem when we zoom out. All right, Matt's going to move his car. We want to keep footage going as it happens over here. As soon as he has a shot again, we're going to show you.
They kind of keep staying in this spot, and it was okay at first, but then, like I said, then the scanner was blowing up about Chandler Road, the spotting of them, and that they saw footprints in the creek, and that one of the police officers had heard about 15 feet ahead of him some noise in the bush, but they've yet to catch the Danelo. And of course,
So Matt is in front of what appears to be tactical teams getting ready.
Okay, so I'm just kind of flipping between the couple things here.
Let me stop. I might be in a bad spot. I might need to move. Let me get Matt out of the picture.
Yeah, so they've been blasting his mom's voice on the helicopter all day.
I predicted the right spot. Yep. So it looks like they're letting people by there. Given that all these guys just showed up here, my goodness, there's a lot. Wow, look at all of them. Okay. I've been told to move, so I'm going to move to somebody else's property. So he's been told to move to another property, so he's moving up. I don't want you on my property, but all these other people. So Matt's moving up. Looks like they have a. I'm not going to. No, I can't. Maybe.
Okay, let's go back over to. Let's go back over to here, see what's going on.
So, you know, what you're kind of looking at now is the human side of what's going on here. This is a resident who lives right across the street. As many residents here, there are hundreds in this area, hundreds of homes in the search zone in the 2 mile plus area. There's been some sleepless nights for these folks. Knowing that they live near a prison, they know the risks there, but knowing that there was an escape of not only a prisoner, but a convicted killer, not once but twice. A 2-time convicted killer was able to walk out of the Chester County Prison. And since then, we find out there has been another prison escape back in May. So this was the second escape from the Chester County Prison since May. There has been no explanation as to why that happened. They have not said how Danelo Cavalcante got out of the Chester County Prison, only to say that they're focused their investigation right now on finding him. but you're seeing right now the human side of it. This is a woman who lives across the street from this search zone. She was inside having dinner with her 14-year-old son, and all of a sudden she sees this. She sees a huge response of law enforcement. She finds them racing up and down their street. Her road is now closed. There's helicopters flying above her home, and there are law enforcement staking out her front and backyards. And this is the kind of thing that's been going on for the last 6 days now, as residents just try to deal with this response. Well, pardon me, I'm going to try to refocus the camera. More law enforcement leaving the area. So as I'm actually noticing, it is getting darker here. Sunset is probably in the next 20 minutes or so officially. And then I could tell you from being out here last night, it is absolute darkness out here. There are no street lights, very few properties. They're few and far between. And the only lights we saw last night were that of headlights and searchlights and things of that nature. So time is of the essence. They don't have much time before it gets dark here. You could see.
Okay, let's see what they're saying on the scanner. One second. Oops, where's my play? Let's see here. What were they saying?
35 Adams, okay. Yeah, 5 to David 64. 5 to David 54. You got it direct. 6-5 on perimeter right now. Do you need another unit to assist you? Yeah, 10-5, I'm out with the marshals now. Yeah, 5 to David 64.
Okay, so 422.40, that was the last open thing said on the scanner. I'll play that one more time.
65 Adams, okay. Yeah, 5 to David 64. 5 to David 54. You got it direct. 6-5 on perimeter right now. Do you need another unit to assist you? Yeah, 10-5, I'm out with the marshals now. Yeah, 5 to David 64.
Okay, so they said it's getting dark, I guess. So the one of the guys here, actually, let me go. I'll leave it there for a sec. But anyways, one of the guys.
And 3 to King 98 on sheriff.
Okay. I'll stop you for a sec. Anyways, so when Danelo was in this one guy's house, he literally, so the gentleman, and he has his kids upstairs, and then he hears something in his house, and so then he starts flicking the lights like about 3 or 4 times.
9-3, correction, unit 3905, your status.
Danelo flicks the lights downstairs. And then, like, he's on camera leaving the guy's house. Grabbing some food and shit on his way out. So that would have been so freaky that he's literally flicking back the light switch, almost like Morse code. Like, are you in my house? Yeah, I'm just down here. Thanks for the freaking peaches or whatever, freaking snap peas and whatever, crazy. So he's got like a knapsack, as you guys probably have seen, and stuff like that. I don't know. It'd be nice if they catch this guy today. Okay, let's go.
Chief 25.
These are just other scanners. It's a 65149 one that is the one that.
Can you add 2435 to that fire police call? There's no need for an addition.
So let's go back over to We'll go back over to this guy, this dude here. Get you back playing there. What you at?
The bearings, once again, just landmarks. If you're familiar with the Chadds Ford Winery, that is about a mile south of us right now. The Chester County Prison, about a mile plus northwest of us, where he was last seen. I'm going to open up my window to hear that. More helicopters. Trying to see if there's a helicopter right above. It is a law enforcement helicopter.
Seems like that, doesn't it, Ann?
As he passes by. So still no sign of Danelo Cavalcante as you see the latest response here on a reported sighting on Chandler Road. Law enforcement in the woods, many law enforcement in the woods right now with long guns. Hold on. See if I could, there's one.
I just hope that nobody becomes a victim before.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I'm probably getting you sick with the camera here.
Just a little bit, buddy. Just a little bit.
But I'm trying to, well, give you an idea what police are dealing with, of the heavy wooded brush here. What you don't see behind that bush is law enforcement with guns, long guns going up into the woods. I just can't get a camera on him. Okay, I won't even try.
Make like a tree and leave.
All right, back. I'll just kind of let the camera sit right there.
All right, let's go over to Twitter and see what there's.
So
we'll pause that, dude. We'll go back over to Twitter to see what Nick's doing.
I see another police vehicle coming towards me. He's probably going to tell me to go leave, I imagine. So let's see what happens. I might have to leave, guys. He's probably about to tell me to leave. Stop. Probably because it's a hard spot. So they're the ones that are filling in this gap that I was looking at right now and I was watching. No, so I assume I need to leave here. Yep. I predicted there. I was waiting over where they're all at for a while, and then everything moved over here. So I bet you guys are expecting the cross, looking at the river. Yep. Which way is better to leave? Okay, I have to live that way, but I can detour around. I live in Water Glen Drive, where everything was going crazy yesterday. Yep. I feel like I'm like the last civilian vehicle here. So, all right, guys, I'm getting kicked out. Not surprised, honestly. They don't want to have a civilian here. If I live on this property, they probably actually would tell me to go inside as well, but I don't even live here, so I have no right to be here. So I gotta go, unfortunately. I'll see if there's a spot I can be at, but I'm also very hungry right now. Here come actually a whole bunch of guys. They're tactical gear. They got other stuff. I'm gonna show that I'm actually making an effort to leave, though. I will hold up my camera and show all this, though, as I leave. So.
All right, or we can. All right, show them. I guess we could show everybody.
I'm gonna be going very slowly.
Well.
Oh wait, let me hold up. There we go. Let me make sure. Sorry, he wants me to move.
Here we go.
Alright, just want to give you guys a view of what it's like right now along the river. So leave. Yep.
You're breaking up, Matt. I think there's bad signal over there.
Do a voice.
I think it's better if you do voice to like narrate what's going on.
Your guys' position station. You losing signal?
Yeah, I think there's bad signal. Let's do voice. It sounds like there's bad signal over there. Just give us description on what's going on as you're driving by.
I'm just past the van. There's a whole bunch of other guys here. Hold up, I gotta get past here.
What do you think, guys? You think they're going to catch him tonight?
Without hitting any vehicles. There we go. Unfortunately, signal here is really bad. I just passed several other vehicles. Right now, there's a spot here where there's nothing. There's no other cops here. I'm coming to the end of Creek Road where it meets with 926 right now. See if this is where they have it blocked off. They have a cop car here. Yeah, so this is where they have things blocked off right now. They're not letting anybody by. Here comes another vehicle heading this way. So, yes, I am the last one that was in there. I got to go now. I don't know if I can really get any other better views. The signal should be better now, I think, maybe. But there's not much to see, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell. Like, I mean, it's obviously getting dark time here.
Yeah, actually, there's some other police vehicles coming this way.
Then watch. So he's going to be seen on somebody else's camera at night, freaking stealing peanuts and chocolate bars and Mountain Dews, and like Ann said, shave his head off while he's in there. Probably going to go back to the house where he was flashing the light on the guy that was upstairs, because it just, I don't know. I think, like Ann said, it's kind of like a goose chase a little bit.
These are just a bunch of dudes checking out what's going on.
How far are you from our location, Matt? Just one minute.
I'm at the Ace Hardware.
Absolutely, Charlie.
Maybe a mile? I'm not sure. Interesting that I'm not seeing anything here. And this road here is not, it may have just gone through red light. This road here is not closed over there. Actually, I'm tempted to cycle back and check that out.
Well, they seem to have a pretty good, I don't want to say sighting,
Cycle back and take a look at that.
about the 357 Chandler Road area. Seemed to be a lot going on the scanner,
Right now, along that
footprints in the creek, and hearing someone running in the trees.
And I saw there's a report of a sighting by the pond. And the pond should be over here, I believe, on the left. Britain's Bridge Road is open again right now, interestingly. Not seeing anything there. So those guys that I saw were on the perimeter. Drive along Britain's Bridge Road. I'm curious to see. Britain's Bridge Road is open again. Road may flood. Yes. It means that things moved. I don't know where the choppers are because they are not over me anymore. So things did move. I'm not sure which direction I moved. But
according to the reports, he may be somewhere in these woods right here. This is about 1.5 miles from the Chester County Prison, about 1 mile plus from where he was last seen off of Route 52 and the Longwood Gardens property. And here you're looking at the latest response coming up on 7:35 p.m.
I mean, a mile's not
About
very far
probably
from the prison,
15
considering
minutes
it's been
before
3 days.
sundown. It is certainly getting dark. These are the wooded areas. You see our fellow media station here. We've been told, not only we've been told to don't go any further, we have been given clearance to stay here. A lot of people always ask us about the, about access and how we do things, why we go where we go. We get to a scene, we try to make sure it is safe for us to be here, as well as making sure it's okay so we're not impeding the law enforcement process in being here. So we have talked to state troopers. We're okay. This is the 300 block of Chandler Road in Pocopson. And you're looking at the latest reported sighting of Danelo Cavalcante that happened. Oh, now it's, I'm guessing, around 6 o'clock or so. We came right to the scene. It was a massive response, the biggest response we've seen so far to date in terms of a sighting. And you are seeing right now the response to that. The property we're at right now, I believe, is a private property, because when we got to this scene, here, let me take you back over there. When we got to the scene, this grass you see here looks freshly mowed. Well, the guy that owns this property, oblivious or not caring about what was going on, was mowing his lawn during this intense police search for a convicted killer. Behind that bush is, you could see the tail light, the very tail light of a vehicle right there. There are several police vehicles behind that bush right there. Law enforcement, like I said, varying from state police to local police, state police from Delaware, state police from Maryland also joining in on the effort. And as you can imagine, time is of the complete essence right now. There's only a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Of,
it's getting really starting to get dark. Looks lighter here.
Of available daylight. And back here in the trees, it's even a lot darker. Actually, this camera seems like it's a lot lighter than it actually is outside. It feels a lot darker compared to this video screen that we're seeing.
Do you guys think that he sleeps up in the trees?
You know, we're bringing this to you live. We know this was a very important story, especially for the folks who live around here, who live near the Chester County Prison.
Yeah. Okay, blah, blah. Let's go back to Nick.
Oh, what I just saw. Anyway, he just said right there,
Nick's doing?
No. So he's not captured. Anyway, let me ask are you getting close? Sighting Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House. That was at 722 from the command center. A sighting at Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House. No, he's in the command center.
Yeah.
That was where Matt crossed. I'm calling Matt back right now then. Hey, Matt. Yo. You're on speaker. I'm just going to ask you, are you near Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House?
What?
Are you nearby Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House?
Well, no, that was where I literally just drove back
So
from.
that is where he has been cited by law enforcement. My law enforcement.
He told me to leave that because he was going there. So where I was driving back from was literally where he was. I guess I missed out on that. But they're not going to let somebody stay there like that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a bunch of stuff set up here, interestingly. I don't know why they have this one, by this one intersection here blocked. They have a bunch of law enforcement appearing kind of where I'm at. They're kind of all over the place of late, just because the situation's been so fluid. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure really how much I can get at this point. I can't probably get any visuals on what's happening anymore.
Yeah, let's just keep the narrative going.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I got. So, what road is this? What road is this? Oh, well, this is. I know it's Britton Bridge. This is.
Yeah, we're right at Britton Bridge Road and Pocopson.
Okay, this is Pocopson Britton Bridge. Yeah. So he was spotted earlier in the day at what is it, Chad's Run or something like that, and Pocopson. I'm along the road that you're along, Nick, right now. Just further down. So I'm probably really close to you, actually, but just closer towards the river.
Hey, Cali girl.
They got a cop blocking traffic going towards you, interestingly. They have one. Yeah, I don't get that one. They have another, though, further down the road there as well. And then they also have one further along Britton's Bridge Road as well to the right. So heading, what would that be? North, I believe. So I assume you can hear that heli going right over you, going over Nick. He's going almost directly over top of me, if you get an idea of, like, my position.
There you go. I dropped
I see another heli actually in the distance heading this way.
I dropped Nick's Twitter link there because he does.
Do you know anything about, other than, or were you just informed of that one sighting? Was there anything picked up from scanners? I listened to the scanner. I heard one, which was just somebody, like, obviously breathing deeply, like he was running. So, which sounded quite interesting. It was pretty highly upvoted. So it sounded like somebody was in pursuit on that.
Okay.
Let's see, I'm trying to figure out. Looks like they have route closed on Britton's Bridge. Yeah, so you can only go towards the river along Pocopson and towards Pocopson Elementary along Britton's Bridge. All other routes are closed. I just saw three officers drive by me. They're heading down now along Pocopson towards the river right now.
Okay, and then I also dropped the scanner link as well for it as well. Okay, so I dropped Nick's link here from Twitter and then the scanner link for you guys, just so whatever, you guys can go watch it whenever you want.
So, yeah, I mean, like, Matt, make sure you stay safe. We don't want you to get in trouble with anything or get hurt, you know?
No, it's all good. I mean, I've been complying with what they've been requesting. I left the scene when I was requested to. I'm not going to stay someplace where I'm not supposed to be. I mean, where I was earlier was definitely the heart of all the action, everything going on. I'm going to follow those vehicles, see if I can get any closer to what's going on, because they don't seem to have the road blocked down that way. So give me a moment while I get back to my car. Looks like they're trying to push him down along the river, which is why they have road here closed. So I'd imagine there's a lot more vehicles down along Britton's Bridge Road to the east, if I had to guess. So I'm going to go back to my car.
Have you heard anything like gunshots or anything like that
No.
over there? Because I imagine
Nothing
like
that.
hear it too.
No, nothing like that. Nope. It's just been, only thing I've heard is a drone to the helicopters. So on the corner of Britton's Bridge and Pocopson, I'm going to head down towards Pocopson Road. That runs right alongside the river, which I'm still don't understand what's going on there entirely. That's why they have traffic there, and they have traffic going towards back up to a west, heading west along Pocopson. They don't have that. They have that closed. Don't get that fully, but let me keep going to figure out what's going on. Let me just plug this in my car while I put you on speaker.
Like, this looks lighter than what it truly is, guys. It's like a lot darker than this when I'm looking at Fox 29.
All right, heading down Pocopson right now. Heading east.
And
nothing along the road right now. It's completely clear. lights, all the vehicles I saw. If I had to guess, all those cops I saw were heading towards that road. Trying to figure out where then the troops that are in pursuit would be. So right now, I am along the river. This runs right along the river, Pecopson Road.
Yeah, because if I go, one sec, if I go over to Fox, one sec. If I go over to Fox over here, let's see what they're saying here. Am I saying anything?
We've been out here the last couple days.
How dark it is?
What's the mood now? What are you thinking? It's getting dark out here, and what's the response you've seen?
I mean, there's a lot of police out. We just saw a canine officer and dog going out into the woods, just, looking for the fugitive. And yeah, we had a huge police response, I'm sure, as you told them when we first got here.
And are they all still in there?
It appears that they're going around the block and trying to get different angles to see, but it seems like this is their focus here. We were told we are at the perimeter.
Yeah. All right.
I think I'd rather watch Nick. I think I'd rather listen to him on there. So let's go back over to Nick here.
Everything on that line right now to keep him from going that way. So if I had to guess, he's probably going to be heading further south potentially. I can only make a guess though.
Now, do you have any visuals on the chats for the winery, but where the police were? I was told that there's like a lot of smoke coming out of the area. Like
on winery, no clue.
No clue. All right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pull into Ace Hardware right now, figure out, get an idea of what's going on here. Let me swing around. I'm gonna go to Long 926 again, just to take a look at the bridge. I'm trying to figure out what I cannot figure out right now is where the borders are. Only border I know they have established is Creek Road, the east side of the river.
Okay.
Where I was earlier, where you saw all the vehicles responding to, and where I eventually got kicked out from. So that means they had stuff set up there, and then shortly after I left, you said they had a sighting there, which would mean that if they had a sighting there, likely means that he crossed the river then, for them to have spotted him there, because it's tough to see through the river. So if they saw him there, he crossed the river, so he must be heading. Trying to figure out my directions here. I think it would be south, because Pecopson or Brandywine River runs north to north-south. So he's heading southwards, and that would be heading towards Route 1. Route 1 is busy road. There is a lot of wetlands down by by where Brandywine River runs underneath Route 1. It's a very, very marshy area there. Trees still line the river. But I mean, I've driven past that spot a lot. You also have Chatsford Elementary right there as well. So for all we know, he could try to break into there and hole himself up in there. Unlikely with how he's been moving. He's been trying to avoid staying inside. He's been trying to avoid staying inside anywhere. And trying to stay outside under the tree cover. So, because if he goes inside a building, he'll just box himself in. I'm going over right now towards the bridge. I'm just going to go check out, see if there's anything to see there. But not sure. Does anybody in the chat, have they heard anything on the scanners recently? Any updates?
I'm waiting to see. And let me also check again with my texts. And guys, the reception isn't going to get any better if I go.
Is the reception here bad? Is the reception here an issue?
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Oh, for you? Or
yeah, for me.
I remember when I was watching the stream, there was a bunch of times where it cut out. it was like stopping or getting fuzzy and it cutting out. So there were some reception issues, yes.
So I'm going to try to put you right here to continue talking as I finish lighting up the scene, just in case.
Okay. What I wanted to know, though, was if there was any recent updates on the scanners. Because I can't really make out what the borders of what their they have moving is. I know the only thing I know is for sure is they have a perimeter along that river on the other side, the east side of the river. They don't want them going any further, which makes sense because of how wooded it is past that point. It's even denser there than it was west of the river. Because there's far fewer houses in there, so it's just a lot more woods. I see them currently circling to my south, it looks like. I see also, if I look up, I see what looks like a fixed-wing plane. It looks like they brought back the fixed-wing plane. I bet people look on the radar, they'll see that. Yeah, he's circling right now, so they got a fixed-wing plane back again. So they're using that for wide area reconnaissance. I have, this one's flying too low to be a news chopper. That has to be a police chopper that just flew over me, flew over Ace Hardware. And that kind of follows around the area he was last spotted between 926 and, I can't remember the name of the road, even though I go down it all the time, but along Creek Road. He's actually heading towards Brandywine Picnic Park. That's north. He may be going back to refuel because he's going in a straight line right now. It looks like that's the case. It looks like he's going right now, probably back to the Westchester Airport because that's the closest one here. Westchester Regional Airport. He's going back there to refuel while they have the fixed wing up. Although I don't see the fixed wing plane anymore. No, there it is. The fixed wing plane is, he's still circling the area. So that one's going back to refuel. Fixed wing plane's up recircling back the area. I see another chopper coming in from the southeast, I believe. Yeah, southeast. Don't know if that's a news or if he's actually maybe leaving. I cannot tell from this distance. I'm going to go onto the bridge now because I'm standing right now on the train tracks by Ace Hardware. So I'm going to go on to walk along 926. See if I see anything moving. Let's see. Thank you. I had a bunch of people pass me say thank you, so maybe there are people that watch your stream. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where stuff is. It looks like it's still along. I've seen a bunch of of aircraft moving a bunch of different.
There are, like I said, confirmed. It looks like even some more. Like I was telling you before, this was more or less a staging area for the sighting that happened right to the west of this. Once again, it is just almost like pitch black out here now. I'll just give you a wide shot.
This guy's so much more boring to listen to. I'd rather listen to Nick.
That is the field where most of the responders went to when there was this reported sighting. They went up into those woods. Long guns. I think we just switched to. Okay, what you just saw there was we switched to our night vision with our camera. When it gets too dark, the camera actually automatically cuts off the color and goes into black and white mode, so you could see
Right on.
the contrast a little better. So forgive us if it is a black and white picture right now, but it is, trust me, it's a better quality for your viewing. There's a color if you want it. So we got two. There's me. There we go.
There you go, Ann. You just got to see the dude.
So if you bear with me, I'm going to look at a few messages I've had. So just bear with me.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Nick. Bye. We're going to go back to Nick. I'd rather listen to that dude. I see some swirly lights, yeah, and I see more police cars, and no.
An area, and so they're putting him on. Sorry, I'm trying to run and talk. Yeah, they're trying to draw him in. So that their Copson and Britain's Bridge is probably a corner of one of their borders they have.
I don't see anything going on on the scanner. There's not much being said on the scanner.
I have no idea what I'm talking about, so just take it with a grain of salt. But we'll go with it. Give me a second while I get back in.
I don't know exactly, Ann. I just know it's not.
Another low-flying helicopter right over top of me right now. Check the radar, see which one. Actually, I'm gonna check the radar so I can see what's where.
It's not that far.
A better idea of where the situation center around where they think he's at.
Hey, you shut up on that channel there. There we go. Had to turn off the Fox 29 guy. I mean, he's only managed to get like a mile away from the prison. It's like he's in the same vicinity. Like this so like, hold on. Share screen. Let's go here for a second. So hold on, there's this one. Where's the other one? Hold on. Which one am I missing? Got that one. This one. Oh, I have it already? Oh. Okay. Where do I have it? So it's like he was going, I can't remember if they said south or north. I think they said south this way. And then and that was at 8:30 last night. And then he was coming back this way, like at 9:33. That time's wrong. It should be like 9:33. And that was last night. So it's like, wait, what's going on? Let's see. Showing.
I left my flashlight back home, which I really need right now, but let's see what we see here. Yeah, looks like they're stopping traffic there. Let me put this on speaker. All right, there we go. Now on speaker.
Some old grandma's going to be like, are you cold out there? Do you want to come in for some tea?
2055 Street Road. Walking along. What is this? Copson Road. Vehicles are going by there pretty slowly. Give me a text. Let me know what's happening there or why. See if I can get there. I can, but the question is, what's going on? They just let vehicles that were stopped there by. So I'm trying to figure out if it's worth me driving there or if it's something where I should be walking to, so that I can get a longer view there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the significance of 2055 West Street Road? That's what I need to know.
I was told that it's like a better view of the action there. Like maybe if you could find something, we could go like on FaceTime.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark out right now, so I don't know how much there is to see at this point.
something about stabbing. What was it? Was you guys? Was it his girlfriend or this lady like 30 times or something? Let me just look that up. I remember listening to it earlier, but
Yeah.
I'll head over there. I am starving right now. Give me a second.
okay, so let me just put this on pause for a sec. Or not pause, I'll just mute it for a sec. So for those of you who don't know, it says Danelo Cavalcante was convicted of obviously taking the lives charges last month for the brutal knifing, we'll say, of his former girlfriend. Yeah, okay. In front of her children. Less than 2 weeks after receiving a life sentence, the 34-year-old sparked fresh terror as he broke free from the Pennsylvania jail. He was found guilty. Well, let's just say it. He was found guilty on murder charges of Deborah Brando on August 16th, more than 2 years after he had stabbed her 38 times with a kitchen knife in Schuylkill. What a name. Schuylkill Township back in April of 2021. Prosecutors said he killed Brando to stop her from telling police about an active arrest warrant he was facing for another alleged murder in the home country of Brazil in 2017. Hey, mama, I'll be surprised if your boy doesn't get put in a body bag, to be honest with you, because like people are saying, doesn't seem to have anything to lose here now, does he? So it just depends on if he wants to ride out his days in the prison or if he would rather go down, go down basically for the count before he gets caught. Let's see here. Just days in the beginning of his life sentence for Brando's killing, Cavalcante, whatever. Cavalcante. I know that when they say it on TV, it's like, Cavalcante. I'm sure it sounds more Spanishy than that. But anyways, broke free from the Chester State Prison on August 31st. Okay, so that's the backstory to that. And let's go back to listening here.
So, hold up 1 second before I keep going. They blocked off that road for a reason. So, I need to see what's going on here.
Yes, Mustang. They had an escape from the same prison
so let me
back in May.
Stream this to you, see if I should have good cell reception here.
Yeah. Hey, Helen, how are you? Nah, Adam's not hanging with me. He didn't answer me on Facebook or Messenger.
Can we see anything?
But right now, that intersection there.
Probably.
What they just blocked. They got. So they don't want people going up this road here. So what I was doing, I was going through Thompson Elementary School right here. This is where it was at the start of things. Just gonna cut through and bypass, go to 926.
It's as loud as I can make it when this guy's got, because he's got him on the phone. His other friend, Nick.
And also the further distance, you can see they got. It might be tough to see. There's some blue lights. That's where they're blocking off Creek Road. So I'm gonna stop streaming here because there's not much to see at this point.
Probably where the Fox 29 is what he's probably trying to show there.
There we go.
Where's the Fox doing? Let's see what
on audio. I'm surprised they didn't block this because there's actually.
All right. We'll stop this one for a second and we'll go back over to Fox. Share screen because they got some
guns in hand going into the woods. The dark woods. Again, I cannot stress enough, folks, how dark it is out there. This camera lens is amazing. I've never seen the night vision we have on this. So there's no way you could see that with the naked eye. And you see them lighting up with some flashlights. As you can imagine, a very tense scene for them. And imagine what these law enforcement officers have gone through in this past week. The time away from their families. Here, let me show you here.
Not sure what the guy did. It seems like did he mute himself or something?
I'm sorry. Ugh, I gotta get this camera.
That was a good tree leaf. You guys get jealous? Frick.
All right. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I'm right here with you guys. I'm in for the long haul.
Yeah. Well,
give you the latest of what we see, and hopefully I'm not being too repetitive, but I can tell you we are
no, you
on
don't.
the scene
You
of
don't
the
think he's being
latest
repetitive, do you?
of Danelo Cavalcante, who has now been on the loose for 6 days. And right now you're looking at the latest
What's he doing on Twitter?
The latest report of the search. Sorry, we have vehicles, it looks like, maybe coming out of the search zone. Not surprised because it is pitch black out here. You're looking at our night vision camera, which is really great to show you. It is so dark out here. And I can't imagine what law enforcement is dealing with. They're not seeing much out there. They really aren't.
Well, they would have caught him on the first day when they seen him. Was it the first day, Ann, or the
Danelo
day?
Cavalcante's MO holds up. This is the time he moves. He moves under the cover of darkness.
You think?
And this is probably the most advantageous time to move with him. Why is this so dark?
A couple hours ago.
This is night vision. This is our night vision camera. Basically, you're seeing it black and white. It enables us to show more contrast. You can see the images better in black and white. And I could point in now that is.
I just can't keep telling you how dark it is out here. It's just so dark.
A group of media. That guy in the hat there is Aaron Sachs. He's our videographer. As we
get in there and go find him, Aaron Sachs.
State trooper show
Get
up.
off the damn camera. We got this guy here. He can control this safe space right here.
And another.
I love this news.
All right, I'm going to get an update here from Aaron here. I'm going to pop down for a second.
Now watch Danelo jump out of that little pothole there and be like, Boosie, all right, take me in. I've toyed with you enough. He probably can easily just, because he, like, this guy's like literally 5 foot nothing and 120 pounds.
All right, guys, just getting a little bit of information from my videographer, Aaron. He says
I'm taller than him.
The lights you see there are actually from headlights from not only news vehicles, but law enforcement trying to shine a little bit of light into the woods right there. A couple people, I am actually looking at some of your comments. If you guys have any questions, I am on the Fox 29 Facebook page. I can try to answer some questions that you guys have. This has just really been an incredible last week of
Yeah, can you please tell me how dark it is out there again? Thank you.
just kind of like high drama, almost like you see out of a movie type situation.
Yeah, it's a sad day when I can literally claim that I'm taller than a guy.
Again, I'm trying to navigate. And Nikki, I'm trying to listen to the scanner, but I'm trying to keep you guys
I don't think there's
updated
much
as
going on the
possible.
scanner, but let me look again.
So yes, we are listening to the scanner, but we also don't broadcast everything we hear on the scanner as well. We, our policy is we don't throw every piece of information out there. A lot of times, if in my almost 30 years in this business, if I've learned anything, you cannot go by what scanner reports show. You could go by, where
Lindsay,
they're
we're just
responding
looking
to,
at
where,
the darkness in cop cars.
what they heard, but you can never have any kind of confirmation of something.
Okay, let's go back over to Nick. Come on, Nick, give us something better than this. Where's Nick? There he is.
Anyway, so a couple of minutes ago, I went over to the state police and spoke with them for a second. And as I was approaching, the female officer was very vigilant and alert, and said she obviously put the flashlight on to make sure I wasn't the perp or some nosy resident or bounty hunter. And it seems that the shift changed. I thought I was walking up to the same guy as earlier, the one that we spoke with. And if you guys were here from the beginning, you heard him. He was a great guy. So I approached it like that. This guy's also great, but it wasn't him. So he didn't, it was very dark as I approached him, so I couldn't see the face. And then I looked close and saw it was a shift change. So I asked if we can light the place up, and they said they'd rather us not do that. They don't want any additional lights or anything. So we're going to respect that, obviously. They said that they can't tell us no, but we're going to listen when they say not to do it. The goal here is to catch the guy, not to scare him off, and you never know where he'll pop out of, So no, we're not moving. I'm good. We're all right here. We're just not going to light it up. When I say light it up, I mean we have some very high-powered. You guys might have seen them coming on and off. We have 4 very high-powered lights that would essentially light up this entire wooded area, and it would be daylight at the wooded area. We can make it into daylight, but that is not going to happen because officers asked us not to do it, and that's the difference between us and some other networks.
Shit, where's he plugged into to do that?
Press can light stuff up, and it's disrespectful if you don't ask for permission. In a case like this, in an investigation, in a manhunt, you want to make sure that you're not getting in the way of law enforcement. And the goal here is to get the guy. Now, these lights are so powerful that they would probably shine through most of these trees. So if he is in those woods, he's going to run the opposite way, and they want him to come. I don't know what their strategy is. They just said it would be, if you can please not do it. So we're not going to do it. Cops are flagged down at the, I don't know. I'm not going to read any more of these comments because there's no confirmation on them, and I don't want to lead people to believe something. So unless I hear it myself from either one of my sources or on the radio, I'm not going to say in custody. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to say he's been spotted or running. That's just not happening. So these lights will. An airport runway lit up. I mean, these lights are powerful, and they go a long way. So we're not going to use them. Obviously, we don't want to impede on the investigation. That's why I've been away for so long. The lights are so massive. Setting them up took some time. looking back, I probably should have checked in with.
Would you guys rather watch Nick, or would you guys rather watch Fox 29? So we can either listen to Nick or Mr. Dark, Dark. It's very dark, dark here. Or the lights are really bright. Which do you guys prefer to watch? I mean, I can just flick between the two, but is there a preference with all 24 of you in chat there? Oh, don't all speak at once. No, you can't. Not on here. Not on StreamYard. Love you, Lacey. There's not much to see. Nick does seem more interesting than the other one. So, well, I'll flick back and forth, but just a matter of, but Ben, no, if I like on OBS, you can, but I don't like, I only use OBS for when you guys hear, like when someone does like a super chat or something like that, and then it plays that music that comes from the OBS. OBS is a lot more, I'll say painful, but StreamYard, I wish that they would.
I have no updates personally. The last thing I said was, are you guys on to him? And then I just said, update, ? And I sent him, are you guys on to him, about 20 minutes ago, and he didn't respond. So something is obviously fluid. He's very quick to respond when nothing is happening, but when something is going down, he's very quick to let me, or I mean, if nothing is going down, he's very quick to let me know. If something is going down, it takes him a little bit of time, unless he's able to send me a quick memo like he did earlier, where he said that sighting, and that sighting came from the command center. So it's not like
yes, Lacey,
something that was a rumor that came straight from there. So I haven't heard anything from him as far as them being close to him or on his tail. He's
August 31st, he escaped.
At this point, we'll find out if he is captured. You guys will be among the first to know. I don't know how somebody else would beat us to it. We have a direct link into the command center, unless it goes through the scanner and you guys hear it.
Hey.
The command center is at Pomarlin Fire Department, and I am located at Pocopson Driver Road. I don't have the map in front of me. And okay, so here's the update. I said anything. He said nope, and that just came in at 8:19 p.m. I said, are you getting close? And then at 7:39, I said, are you getting close? At 8:17, I said anything. At 8:19, he said nope. They do not seem to have something. They are following a lead, but there is no update other than what he told me. The last thing that he told me was the sighting Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House, and that was at 7:22. It is now 8:19. So about an hour ago is when he told me about that sighting, and I responded from 7:36 to 7:38. I asked 3 times captured. You guys let me know it was a rumor and a troll. So he said no. So at 7:39, I said, are you getting close? Anything? Nope. Are you getting close? Anything? Nope. So that's what we have so far, is that they are searching, but they have nothing yet. So let's see if we can pull up the scanner for you guys as we're here, so you guys can hear what's going on. Is there a certain one we should filter? I'm guessing it's the patch 65149. Is that what we should filter? The patch 65. Okay, so let's do that first, just to make sure we're not listening to everybody. 65149. 65. So So I'm checking. 1 second, guys. I'm filtering this out for you. So I'm going to be playing the dispatches that came in from 8:20 until now.
6541. 91 day before. Unit 6541. Unit 6541, guys. 6541. Myself and 91 David 4 and 14. We're going to be clearing a barn at 2401 British Bridge Road. Proceed you, 9 David 4 and 9 David 14 and a barn at 2140 British Bridge.
Now, just to give you guys some perspective, we passed that barn on the way to this location. It's not that far back. It's actually rather close. It caught my attention. It was massive. It was very large. It looked like an airplane hangar, a very large red barn. I mean, it looked insane. One of the largest barns that I've seen. I'm not from an area that has barns. My neighbor has a barn, but it's nowhere the size of this. This barn looks like a house. So it's a very large barn, and we passed it, and we also passed the train tracks, which now we are regretting not covering the live stream on our way here. But nevertheless, here is the rest of the updates that came in since 8:20 from the radio.
6541. Myself and 91 David 4 and 14. We're going to be clearing a barn at 2401 British Bridge Road. Proceed you, 9 David 4 and 9 David 14 and a barn at 2140 British Bridge. 6541. That's going to be 2401. 2401. Proceed 2401. 2401. Correction. That's going to be 2400. 2400. Okay, 2400 Britain's Bridge Road. Affirmative.
Now look how dark it is, just to give you guys an idea. You guys see that? That's what we see. It's not the screen or anything. That's exactly what we see, is that darkness around us. And as I showed you guys earlier, I'll show you again. We had that monitor, and the monitor is also, it shows just how dark it is behind us. You can't even see. It's literally pitch black. So we have no lighting in either way. There are no street lights, which is important to note. There are no street lights here. So yeah, the area is pitch black with the exception of the police lights. And those are on for the safety for traffic. If they don't have those on, and you've seen cars flying down the road and the police had to flash their flashlights and strobe them because they were going so quick. And that's with police lights. So if they had them off, there could easily be an accident. So the police have their lights activated here to avoid the accident. And also it shows that this is really the entrance to the perimeter that's been established in the area. Now, this could be a repeat of the last night, the same thing that happened last night where we saw some immense action and then nothing came to fruition. So right now we are on Pocopson and Parkerville. Pocopson and Parkerville. No, I'm not packing. But so we're on Pocopson and Parkerville. We're not too far. If let me check that address of the barn to see how far it is from here. Pocopson. Let me check the repeat.
That's going to be 2400. 2400. Okay, 2400 British Bridge Road. Affirmative.
So we are 1.1 miles away. So this is us, and this is where they are. So we're not too far. We're exactly a mile. And yesterday we were actually just about maybe a little bit under a mile away. And you guys were able to see a lot of activity. But the activity, again, it didn't come to fruition. There was no apprehension, and they lost him. And today they've released ring footage in the area of Longwood Gardens. I'm not privy to the exact location. As soon as I woke up, I headed here, and I was looking for updates from law enforcement as to if they're onto anything and where I should go to stage. And they said that there's activity basically all over. But right now, the activity is within this 1 mile radius that we are in. So a mile behind us is that barn. And let's see how far it is to walk here. And then you can compare it to running, because this guy is obviously going to be running, and he's very fast if he's able to elude these guys for this long. It's a 20-minute or 27-minute walk. So if he's running, it would be a little bit faster than that. So we're about a 27-minute walk. I wish they had run, but there's not. Now, if he was on a bicycle, he would get here in 8 minutes. So I don't know how fast he runs, but if he was on a bicycle, he'd get here in 8 minutes. So we're not too far from where it's going on. Well, yeah, no, he's not taking roads. He's going through the woods. So let me check. See, I'm not sure if we are north or south. We are at that intersection of Pocopson and Parkville. So if somebody wants to pull that up and check out where we are, that would be great. I don't want to do too much on the other phone just to keep the battery going as that one charges. This one is also staying on. We want to keep the feed continuous for you guys. So there are 2 troopers here, and earlier you guys saw CERT come flying around the bend and gunning it down this road at a high rate of speed, a very high rate of speed, and several troopers, local law enforcement, I suspect marshals, they drove by. So they are onto something, just as they were yesterday. And yesterday's sightings cannot be discounted. They were pretty credible. It came from multiple residents and an officer. See, that's something you're going to have to check. The ring footage is the last confirmed sighting, I believe, other than this. Let me see the text again and see if that was a confirmed. So all I was told at 7:22 was sighting Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House. I'm going to ask, was that a confirmed sighting? And what the last confirmed sighting is. So we can see what law enforcement is at least taking serious as far as sightings. Because the radio traffic that we hear, you're not going to hear from the tactical channels and whatnot. So we don't know for a fact that the sightings around are confirmed. Hopefully he lets me know if it's a confirmed sighting. And if it is, you guys are going to find out right away. I just texted him that a minute ago. So we'll see what he says. There's no radio traffic right now. We do have it on, waiting for something. So there's no radio traffic. Let's take the monitor down. So yeah, guys, there have been sightings from here to Maine, and we went through.
The owner of the barn is arriving in a red Prius.
The owner of the barn is arriving in a red Prius. Okay, so there was a confirmed sighting. Now, this is from a law enforcement source. I said at 8:30, was that a confirmed sighting? What is the last confirmed sighting? He says Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House. Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House is a confirmed sighting. That's not a suspect. It's a confirmed sighting. That comes from the command center. So there is a confirmed sighting at Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House, and that was at 7:22 around. So about 1 hour ago. Somebody sent me a DM with let me check. So the confirmed sighting was the Creek Road and between 926 and Meeting House. That's a confirmed sighting.
They just shut it down here.
So this is that Creek Road area that they were talking about, guys. This is on Fox.
All right.
I'm still not sure if that's confirmed, Dan.
All right, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to get answer some questions. All right. Creek Road, Baltimore Pike. That's what you're looking at. Flares out. Creek Road closed after there has. I don't want even to say it was a reported sighting. It was a response. We just know that several of law enforcement went up that road. They were seen going up that road, flying past up that road. A couple of our viewers who were talking to us saw it as well.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we heard that it was a confirmed sighting, right, Ann? It was confirmed. So this news guy needs to get his info straight.
Why? We don't know, but it was further west, about a mile west from where Danelo Cavalcante was seen at 6 o'clock tonight. So we're now 2.5 hours later. How far could he have gone now under the cover of darkness? Now I'm going to talk to videographer Aaron, who's sitting next to me. We kind of have to make a decision here. Do we keep going?
The next place we can drive up is 202, and there's two ways we can either try going down Britain's Bridge, and then there's also, if we take Birmingham, and then we can take it to Meeting House on the other side. I don't know if we'd get that much closer. We could also go up Street Road where the township building, or where Birmingham.
At the moment, Helen, I think it's just
options if we want to
Duck Duck Goose.
It's just a little bit further.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. A couple questions I have.
Juju.
I guess we could. Brenton's Bridge is probably closed. Nikki, thank you.
Affirmative, you can clear Chandler. Copy on clear Chandler.
They cleared it 2 minutes ago. It's 8:36 right now, and they cleared that at 8:34. And I'm gonna let my source know where we are, so he gives us a heads up just in case they come this way.
I was gonna say because I'm pretty
let me
sure
pull up
that
Google map for you guys to look
Nick's
at
talking to like a police officer.
to show you
and
where we
he
are
tells us that
in
stuff. So
comparison to.
I'm gonna go with Nick on this one.
It's still downloading. The reception is not the greatest. So as that downloads, we're still waiting for any updates on the scanner. We have it.
Copy on clear Chandler.
So yeah, I mean, my source isn't a janitor at the local high school, so yes.
Great. I thought it was a police guy he said yesterday. When he talks to him.
Text to my phone aren't going
Pretty
to
sure
work.
it
You're
is.
gonna have to text.
It's not a janitor.
The image is, if it's not moving, you can probably refresh the feed. When I zoom in, it's just pixelated. So we don't want to have a pixelated screen. And yesterday, as you guys noticed, I was able to approach the troopers quicker, or without them asking, "Can we help you? Who are you?" So that shows that they are very vigilant right now with anybody that approaches. So the confirmed sighting is, again, I'll say it again for those of you guys that just got here, between on Creek Road between 926 and Meeting House.
And if you could just type that out for everyone, because I'm too lazy to. Can you just confirm that that's between Creek Road and Meeting House? In typing, though.
So I'm trying to get some clarity on what this is showing before I show you guys. It's just a map. Okay. So this is I'm trying to find our location.
Okay.
Sorry guys, the app is taking forever to download. So we're still trying to find out more. The latest is that there really is no update, but they had a sighting. So blue to the left is me. Okay, so let me put it on.
Sighting, and that was on Chandler Road about 6 o'clock. Massive show of force, police dogs, law enforcement, the CERT team, that's the community emergency response teams that have specialized equipment and specialized personnel for search and rescue and other types of things. In this case, it was search and rescue. They brought in some huge lights last night, and they some of that response team was called in today as well to respond to Creek Road. Since then, we've heard more of response about a mile and a half from Creek Road, or a mile and a half from Chandler Road to Creek Road. We're now trying to get access there, so we're trying to make our way up into that neighborhood. We're now around the Chad's Ford area. Painter's Crossing, if you know it, coming up to what, almost 202 now? Yeah, we're just trying to go a different way. We understand where the search is right now off of Creek Road, but we're trying to go different ways. We're going to be making a left. This is Brandywine Road right now. I can do it. I can answer some questions. I appreciate you guys all staying with us. It just goes to show how important this story is, how many people are really interested in this, not only for safety reasons, but just for human reasons. A convicted killer twice, now on the loose in basically our residential neighborhoods. 841. We are coming to you live. Videographer Aaron Sachs and Chris O'Connell coming to you live from Facebook as we continue the search, manhunt, and follow this manhunt of Danelo Cavalcante, 34-year-old who escaped from Chester County Prison back on Thursday. We are now day 6 of the manhunt. He was seen at least five different times by people, residents in the area. Can you turn the light on in here? Residents in the area, as well as state troopers. One state trooper actually spotted him a couple days ago. Okay. Yeah, okay. So where we're going now is, now we're on, 202 North, 322. We're kind of making a circle. Making a circle around what we think now is a search area. After a reported sighting around 6 o'clock off of Chandler Road, about a mile north of Route 1, around the Chad's Ford Winery area. If you're familiar with the Chad's Ford Winery, about a mile north of that, in a residential, heavily wooded area. Talked to a woman who walked out of her house, had no idea what was going on. She was about a mile and a half from the original search zone, and saw all police rolling down her street. And then she heard there was a reported sighting literally in her front yard. And that triggered a major law enforcement response. Hold on just for a second. Okay. Yeah, so that triggered a major law enforcement response today. And then over the last couple hours, over the last 30 minutes, we heard that another response was being reported about a mile east of Chandler Road. And that's where we're attempting to
him out of the perimeter, which somehow shows that the perimeter wasn't as tight as we thought, but it was pretty tight. You guys saw it in real time. You saw the amount of officers that were stationed around. The possibility of him escaping would have been when they were responding and flying up the road. Perhaps he ran across Lenape after the police cars flew by. I'm not sure if there's one there, but there is one right here by the police car to our left. There is a storm drain. So this time, I don't think we're going to be able to approach that. We didn't expect a sighting when we set up here. We were just showing you guys that there's a perimeter set. We weren't expecting action. So we were going to approach it. The other officer would have likely let us just give you guys a quick visual of the storm drain. Right now, that's not going to happen because this just went, again, from 0 to 100. As you guys saw yesterday, then it can go from 100 to 0 again. But this area is this post is much different than the one I was at last night. It's a little bit more strict. And it's obviously very active. They don't want me to approach a storm drain where he can potentially pop out of. Until they get CERT back in, it's going to be very fluid, and they're going to be on high alert. Once CERT is called back, they become a little bit more laxed on what we can do. I don't see these officers letting us get a shot of that, which is fine. I mean, they're just doing their job. And this storm drain is a little bit different than the rest because this one is actually right where the police cars are. And we have a bunch of cars coming right now. These are all law enforcement officials. This is state police driving by. So they're making a left onto Parkersville Road. So let me pull up a map and show you guys the direction they're heading from where we are. So let me see if I can get it to, I want to show you guys which direction they're heading. Just that, because when you undo that, you have to, did you already take that out? Okay. So I'm going to show you guys where we are and where they just went towards. So this is us right here. So the officers, let me turn off the comments because I can't see what I'm doing. Well, that's weird. Hold on, make sure. Okay, yeah, that is. So this is us. The officers just drove by and went left. So they're heading this way. And where we were stationed yesterday was right here. So we were right here yesterday at this, I guess, literally right where it says 52. That's where we were yesterday. So if we had made a left and come up all the way to here, that's where we are now. So the perimeter, as far as roads go, it's pretty lock the north. All right, my coordinates, if that's easier for you guys, I'll give that to you right now. Cool.
As we saw for this second, this response later, this response, when we were at the earlier potential sighting, we had about 50 law enforcement in full array with their tactical gear, search dogs, and all went into the woods. Heavy response. About 2 hours later, they started pulling out of there, and we were getting reports in scanner traffic of another. I can't even call it a reported sighting, but there is a response, and typically with something like this, that's what they were responding to, a reported sighting. We don't have confirmation of that just yet, but we do know there was another response along Creek Road on the east side of the Brandywine Creek. And if that is the case, that is very significant. If he made it to the east side of the Brandywine Creek, that would be significant, since he would then be moving and active along the river or creek, and then that can give him access to any other places, but nearing the water and other kinds of highways, that is not good news for a search. You're seeing a lot of dark roads. That's where we are. We are trying to get through to where this response was on Creek Road near Britain's Bridge in the Copson area.
Well, I don't know. Nick's he reports from Twitter, so I guess you can call him like a JLR thing. I think it's because he lives there, yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what he does. I've never watched him before up until yesterday.
Right now.
But he just reports on the case, because I know I've seen because on True Crime Grizzly, who's been reporting the case, she normally has like his feed going and different things, to be honest with you. They have radar tracker, the scanner.
What's that? All right, here we go.
I'm just enjoying the ride that they're taking us on. It makes me not have to go outside myself. It's like, just like knowing that there's a manhunt, less that part of it. I just feel like I'm taking a ride here is what it feels like. Because they're just trying to find, I mean, Fox 29 here, they're just trying to find a spot where they can kind of go and, you know. Oh, hey. Looks down the road. Okay, so there's cops obviously down Wiley. Hey, it's Roadrunner. Wiley E. Coyote. JR was on, and then all of a sudden it got cut off on the stream.
Sorry about that picture. It just went to our night vision.
I'm not sure how far, because like
we were on
JLR is like in Florida. How far is Florida and Pennsylvania?
Creek Road and Wiley Terrace Road.
I know Pennsylvania's towards that way. Like, I'm totally Pacific Coast in Canada here.
Standby with a gun out and his lights.
Right? If I know, I'm like, watch him pop out, and the freaking Fox 29 guy's gonna tackle him and say, "Give me my 10 grand." Well,
so guys,
Yeah, I
we are
mean,
right
I
in
know that
the
on the map, Pennsylvania is like on the east side of the map towards me, but I don't know how far from, I mean, I could Google it, but I'm too lazy to do that.
Looks like he's walking in our direction right now. So we're on the corner of Wiley Terrace Road and Historic Route 100. I believe that's Creek Road, right? Yeah, Creek Road. We're
Okay.
basically on the banks of the Brandywine Creek. Okay. And if you hear a voice right now, that is a state trooper who's going to come over to us, and he may talk to us or may not. It looks like he's just searching the woods. He's searching. You're looking live now, guys, at an active search. And again, forgive my camera. This is a night vision camera that
Well, okay, JLR is on.
allows us
And
to
he's
shoot
watching
in the
Nick too,
real dark.
because Nick is really the only person that's, well, besides
so
Fox 29 here.
What I'm hearing,
Go back to see Nick.
helicopters above.
Oh, there are
I have a
helicopters
state trooper on
above.
my right with his guns out, his long gun out. I have another state.
Let's go see what Nick's saying.
They have guns drawn on the guy, and something happens, we'll be able to light it up. At that point, I'm sure they'll want some lights. You can see the trooper checking with a flashlight again in the creek, and that's why these storm drains are very oddly a point of interest for these guys, and they have been. There's two troopers walking over there.
They need to bring in your guys' army. Bring in the Marines.
So we're going to leave one
army.
spotlight ready to rock and roll just in case. Now, the one spotlight will be able to light up essentially this entire area. It'll light up that whole field and behind the police car. It's a very I did not say anything about guns drawn on him. The troopers do have their rifles, which is, we've been seeing that since the outset of this investigation.
We're clear 2400.
Okay, you guys, I'm dropping Nick's Twitter again, okay? So when I drop, I'm going to go off within the next half an hour, maybe sooner, not sure. Pretty sure that nothing's going to happen in that time. And I'd rather have mashed potatoes and pork chops. Yum. I need to go make dinner for the boys, the husband and the brother-in-law soon, anyway. But that's the Twitter.
So we're waiting for any updates.
And I'm also going to
drop. If we're
drop.
getting closer to the active scene or any scene that has activity, that's good for them. But
yeah, Nick, just hold on to your pizza for a second there. So you guys, I dropped Nick's Twitter. So what we're watching here is obviously from the Twitter. I also dropped the scanner, and the scanner is the one that you like. It's going to show a bunch of different ones, and I honestly don't know how to filter it. I was trying like freaking for 10 minutes. I don't really ever use scanner stuff. Anyways, but it's patch 65149 because it will say like West Police Dispatch. Like the latest 65149 was at 6 o'clock my time, which was just a minute ago. Yeah. That's all I heard on it. Anyways, yeah. This doesn't say. Well, I mean, I could sit here and pick my nose with you guys, and that's fine. But then I'm thinking, well, I don't think that there's much going to happen, to be honest with you. I could be wrong. Could totally be wrong. But then I'm thinking mashed potatoes, pork chops. Yum. Okay, just so you guys know, if you've never done it before, the best melting your mouth buttery frickin' pork chops is when you, what's that word? When you, I can't think of the word all of a sudden. You know, when you, not sear. What's the word, guys? What's the word? Crystallize. You like put oil in the pan, stick it on close to high, you sear them up, and then you cover it. Well, then you throw mushroom soup in there. That's the best way. Mushroom soup in there, and then you let it boil for like 10 minutes. You ever want to have the most softest, delicious freaking pork chops? Then you do that, right? And mashed potatoes. And I think I'm going to have Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire. I better say it right. Yorkshire. Yeah. I'll go a couple. Yeah, caramelize. That's the word. What did I say? Crystallize? That's the word I was looking for. Caramelize. Thank you. I'll just stay on a couple more minutes.
Let me check about the ring. Let me see if I have the email from the police.
Pineapple. Yum. I don't know about you guys. When you guys eat applesauce, I love fucking applesauce. Okay. I don't know about you guys though, but I like to have a mixture of hot and cold. So people always would say, like, you know, pork chops and applesauce.
Checking my emails real quick to see if
You guys
I have
remember
anything
pork
that came in.
chops and applesauce? But I always like to have cold food with the hot food. Just like if I have a hot drink, I like to have a cold drink beside me as well. Because I'm more, I like more of I don't know, I just like the mixture of hot and cold. Don't think I'm weird. I think that's, I don't know.
That's just a replay. So there hasn't been anything.
Well, Mustang, I don't know how we stayed friends this long then, because I love pineapple. You ever put pineapples in meatballs? Obviously not. Fried pork chops with a side of ice cold applesauce. Oh, yeah. You got that right, Crystal. I love applesauce. You know, it's so funny.
So I don't have access to my email from his phone.
This one day,
let me check.
I had asked my brother-in-law, okay, there's nothing going on here, so we can just talk for a second. Nothing going on, nothing to see over there, folks. But this one day I said to my brother-in-law, do you want some applesauce? And he's like, yeah, sure, right? And so then I like pull out it, and he's like, what's that? And I'm like, applesauce. And he's like, that looks like baby food. Okay, unless you're talking about freaking homemade applesauce, you know, most applesauce, when you buy it in a store, it's the mushy texture. And I don't care as long as it's applesauce. Oh yeah, he's just showing that picture from yesterday. They still have wanted 5,000, but then they're showing him. So that's when he's like going like south and then going north or whatever, then going south an hour later. But yeah, I like pineapple. I mean, Ryan just had a nectarine for the first time yesterday because I'd bought some nectarines and some plums because they were on sale when we had gone grocery shopping the other day. And I was like, sweet. Because we all know grocery prices can kiss our frigging butt right now. Like, they're so ridiculous. But anyways, so all of a sudden I hear from the bedroom, oh, what's that nasty taste? You know, and I'm like, really? Like, nectarines, yum. Peaches, nom. Plums, oh my, nom. I like fruit. I love fruit. I got a watermelon. They had watermelons. And I said to my husband, listen to this. I said to my husband, get that one right there, right? It was on the far side of the box and it was green as crap, right? So he's like, no, that one doesn't have taste. That one's not going to have taste. And he's looking around. Then these two old biddies come over to the box and then I see him race around to the other side. I'm like, oh, is that the pineapple that I told you to pick out in the first place? And he's like, yeah, because it's got the little scuff marks on it. Because when you pick out a watermelon, you know, if it has the scuff marks and a big like yellow patch on it, then those are the more juicier ones. But he didn't believe me, and then he comes back with the same exact watermelon that I showed him in the first place. Oh, and I love cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe. Honeydew, I like honeydew, but it's more bland. Love cantaloupe. Now I got myself all hungry.
The prison or the police are also dealing with. So
Hey, you got a black screen there now.
give me a second, I'm gonna rotate. So
Baked pineapple with
it's pitch
cinnamon.
black.
Oh, that's so good. That's like
Yeah,
that's like having apple
it's
pie almost.
pitch black,
I drink pineapple coconut water.
literally pitch black.
Yeah,
There is
that
all
sounds
you can
good.
see it. Like, we have our fog lights on, and it's providing
After the
little,
first time, Kelly.
little to nothing, but we just have them on for safety. So it's
I got a bunch of British
there's
bitches is what I got for
helicopter.
brother-in-law and
Let's
husband.
eventually
They're-
get that
When
for
it
you.
comes to food, they're so
Right there.
freaking
If you guys see that,
critical.
there's a helicopter.
I guess they're just used to their British food. That they're too busy always putting down the Canadian food all the time. But they're just such posh, expensive little bitches when it comes to
Are they
food.
both news choppers?
You
Or
just
two of
can't
them?
buy regular hot dogs. No, everything
Are
has
they
to
both
be
news choppers?
the expensive stuff. Like nothing can just be simply the cheap stuff with them. I'm amazed that they'll eat Ichibans. I'm a berry girl,
I'm showing you guys the
blackberries, yum,
darkness. So
raspberry.
that's how dark it is
Yeah, at least
on
those you
this
can go
road,
pick for
and that's
free
the
on the
same as
side
it
of
is
the
just
road.
about on every road
Well, the
around here.
blackberries anyway. Barbecue pineapple. Yep. Crystal, I can think I love you right now. You're on the same page as me. Oh, there's the moon. No, just kidding. We have a restaurant around here called
So there's
Patty's.
two helicopters.
1880 settlement. They have the best 2-inch pork chops and huge cheese logs spreaded like fried chicken, flour pot bread. Never heard of that.
It's
Strawberry
definitely not a
butter.
drone.
Oh yeah, it sounds good. I have
Too large.
ballpark hot dogs, not the cheap
I
ones.
mean, the darkness, you can see it for
I
yourself.
just like
it's
my basic,
right there.
small, regular hot
that, and
dogs.
it literally goes into that.
I do not like the
So-
oversized hot dogs myself. Like
The
I'll
neighborhood
eat them,
itself is also
but I
dark.
don't
There
prefer
are
them.
no street lights. If you guys want me to
My
walk you
husband
through
likes
the neighborhood right here, I can go into the
But I can't
development
call
right
them
here to
wieners.
our
They have to be
immediate
called
right,
hot. Like they have
to
to be
show you
called
the darkness.
hot dogs
That's fine.
or sausages.
But they're really. Let's go
Rock
right over here
melons.
so you guys can see.
Yeah, my husband, he was calling some sort of fruit the other
So
day,
that's the
and it was, I can't remember what it was. It's like a honeydew
so
though,
we are at.
but I'm not sure what it is
so
in
dark,
British.
You can't even focus around here.
But it's like a honeydew,
The
but
focus
it's
isn't working. So this is a little
a
development.
little bit more colorful.
And you can see.
Hot
You can't even
dogs,
see the lights flashing.
hot
right
dogs,
here.
wieners, and beans. My mom, my favorite as a kid,
You
one of
can
my
see the
favorite
police
things
car.
was
And here's
wieners
the
and
neighborhood,
beans with
it's an
pineapple.
area that has
My
no
mom would
street
put
lights.
pineapple
So if you're walking
and
down this road,
Kraft dinner and cheese. You
you're
know,
not gonna
Kraft dinner.
see much.
That was like one of my favorite
at all.
things to have, and it still is
Let me see if I
actually.
can light it up
I
a
love
little bit for you
wieners
guys
and
with the
beans, and I
lantern,
love
please,
mac and cheese.
so you guys can get a better idea of.
Let's see what I'm just gonna quickly see what. Put you on mute for a sec
how
and see what
dark
Fox 29 is doing.
we're talking. You know, like you can hardly. It won't focus because of how dark it is. Make sure I'm not zoomed in. So yeah, I'm all the way zoomed out, and we can't even get the tree to light up. So you guys can see that the stop sign illuminates, but if I turn this off, it's not. It makes it. I guess you can still see the stop. Well, that's because of the fog lights. So
Yeah, nothing's going
now
on
I'm
there.
pointing this lantern directly towards the woods, and you can't see anything. So that's how dark it is out here. Let me just put this
So yesterday I made
over here so we don't get.
okay, they got nothing to say. So yesterday I made you know, from the 8 Passengers, but her parents, they have this cookbook. Anyways, on the grandparents YouTube channel, they have some recipes, and I love. So I came across Sloppy Joe's, and I'm like, Sloppy Joe's is like a childhood memory that, you know, we lived the poor life definitely growing up. You know, my dad, he would spend all the money from the toy stores and stuff. Anyways, bottom line is, when my mom left him, we just lived the poor. Like when I say poor life, I'm talking about the poor freaking life. So everything was macaroni and cheese and everything. It was just, cheap stuff and whatever. And hold on, that's smart. Walk away from your vehicle. So anyway, so I decided to make this Crystal. So I decided to make that sloppy Joe, right? So, fucking big $18 blob of freaking ground beef. I plunk into the frying pan, and I'm like, I'm gonna make that recipe because I like sloppy Joes, right? And I have all the ingredients. So I sit there and I make this sloppy Joe thing, and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of more on the sweet side. So, anyways, so I bring it over to my husband, right? And I'm like, here, have a taste. The look on his face was like, ugh, why is it so sweet? And I'm like, I don't know. Followed the freaking recipe, and freaking it was ketchup, and it was, for this sloppy Joe recipe, I think it was 2 onions, and it was 3 tablespoons of flour, probably just to give it a little bit of a thick base. And it was 3 tablespoons of Worcester and 2 cups of ketchup. Oh, and a half a tablespoon of curry powder. I think that was pretty much it, besides him putting in bay leaves just to kind of give it that, whatever flavor. Anyways, so they say that sloppy Joe is best the next day, once you let it sit, and then when you reheat it the next day and whatever. So anyway, I today I go taste it and I'm like, no, it's still freaking sweet ass. Like, I wonder, like, I'm not sure what was creating the sweetness. Was it, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't really use curry too much, but there was something that was creating that sweetness. Was it the Worcester sauce? I don't know. Anyways, so I freaking dump it freaking back in the frying pan, and I just start freaking adding different spices. I go get a cheese packet sauce. I start throwing in that. And then, so I start adding all this stuff, trying to get rid of this sweet taste to it. And then finally I add a freaking packet of pasta to it, to make it like a hamburger helper. Okay, so a vinegar, does vinegar help with that? Because I didn't Google it, but I was like, what gets rid of the sweetness? And I was trying to think, but I was just like, I'm not really sure. And I was gonna Google it and I didn't. So you saying if you add a little bit of vinegar, it takes away some of that sweetness to it? I mean, I can see that obviously because vinegar is sour. Oh, I think so. Oh, I think so. Can you confirm it or not, Crystal? Because around here, me and Ann like things to be confirmed. Anyways, so at the end of the day, like I've made it into like a hamburger helper. I've pretty much gotten rid of the sweet taste for the most part, and so it's all ready so that when my husband and my brother-in-law come home, and that they could, because normally when they get home like just after 1, and they're already hungry, right? And this is what kind of pisses me off. Oh, rumors. And so this is kind of what pisses me off a little bit, is that, so when they come home that early, then they're hungry. But what happens is they get hungry later again. And for me, it's like, when you get home, just have a freaking snack until dinner time. Like, I don't want to be like, do you know how much costly it is to sit there and kind of almost like have 2 dinners? Like, here's one when you get home, because my husband just doesn't like fluff shit. He wants to always have like a meal. And I'm just like, bitch, be like most of us and have a bowl of cereal or some freaking toast or something when you get home. Like, seriously, throw some freaking zoodles in the microwave or something. Because so sometimes, like I said, I'll have something ready for when they get home. But then I got tired of like, I was like, tired of like freaking this. It's like you're having 2 meals, you know, like it's freaking groceries are freaking expensive. But anyway, so I have this all ready and made because I'm going to go off pork chops because the pork chops have now been in the fridge for 2 days. So I need to make the damn pork chops because I keep postponing it because it's pork chops and mashed potatoes, which is a heavy meal, right? So we had a very heavy breakfast yesterday with frickin' the scrambled egg muffin tin things and bacon and hash browns and toast. Anyways, it was a really heavy breakfast. And because it was a little bit later in the morning, you know, by the time dinner came around, you were still kind of full from the big breakfast. And then, so anyway, yeah, so I have this all ready from the get home. The next thing I know, I get a phone call going, I'm just at Popeye's Chicken. Ryan's going to get a burger. Do you want me to get you? Do you want a burger too? And I'm just like, oh, why is it whenever I do something like more on the special side, it's always like, oh, they'll walk in the door with freaking like McDonald's or something in their hand. And I'd be like, really? Really? Like you couldn't have said anything to me? So anyways, so now there's like freaking a bunch of whatever sloppy Joe turned into hamburger helper. And watch the little bitches too. I'll tell you this. They won't even eat leftovers. Like they don't eat shit the next day. Okay. They're only going to eat it the same day that it's made. The only thing that they'll eat the next day is pizza. I don't know. Not today, Crystal. Or not today, sees through. This guy is a ghost. Yeah, let's just give it one more sec. What else? Let's see if you
ladder. So that was a slick question about the ladder because she denied the ladder, but couldn't talk about the roof. So
well, I do too sometimes.
that's, as far as we know, it was the, well, even if, anyway, let's just, the point here is we need to know how he got out officially. We don't need to hear
Yeah, why don't they say
news reports
how the
or,
guy freaking escaped? Oh, I'm
other
sorry. I
information.
was just
We just need to
sleeping
know
on my
from
freaking
authorities how he got out.
table.
And if he's able to scale a wall, obviously he can climb a tree, I would assume. He's a smaller guy. I'm not sure.
Because the guy that took over the
his
prison,
abilities. I
because
mean,
some
he
guy
looked
came in
like a scrawny
recently,
guy,
whatever, took over
so
the
he might be
prison,
able
right?
to
And then
do
this guy
some
escapes, and
pretty
didn't
wild
the
stunts when
the
it
guy
comes to
that took over the
climbing and
prison
jumping
step down
and
right
running.
away?
Because if you think about it, he was seen on Wawaset Road, which
Obviously,
is,
this particular
if you exit the
prison or
prison,
whatever
you
is
make a
probably
right,
sounds like it's really
and you
shitty.
go down that road,
It
and
sounds
you
like
will
they're
see
incapable of
it's a
keeping
little bit
their
further down, and
freaking
that's where he was
prisoners in
seen.
there.
And then he went from there all the way back by the prison and down to the gas station. And then he went from the gas station to Water Glen. So he went away from the prison to the right, then came back towards the prison to go to the gas station, and then came back from the gas station towards the prison to go to Water Glen. It's a very bizarre move for somebody that's on the run, unless he is truly lost. I mean, as far as we know, this guy thinks that he's in New York City somewhere in a suburb and he got away. I don't think he knows that he is still, I mean, I'm not going to say what he knows, but I'm saying what he might be lost. He might think he's getting far, but he's really going in circles. These are some massive wooded areas with a lot of brush, and if he's going through the woods,
He probably has no clue.
he might be going in circles unwittingly. I highly doubt that he wanted to get away from prison, take one direction and then go back towards the prison unknowingly, hit a gas station, and then go through the woods and wind up in Glenwater, whatever the Water Glen Drive. So he basically made a U-turn, and I don't think he did that on purpose. He's not going to come back to towards the prison. He's trying to get away from the prison. So he might be lost where he thinks he's getting far, but he's not. Now, I don't know if he knows where Longwood Gardens is. I don't know if he's privy to how far that is from the prison. But maybe he doesn't know that he's been in the same few mile radius since Thursday. Yeah, exactly. He might think that he got away somewhere far and that they're just following him. I don't think he understands that he's still very close to the prison. Does anybody know that? Did he live around here at the time? That's something I guess
That's
Grizzly,
funny.
she covered the background on the actual case. I didn't.
JLR is playing the same thing on his channel, but he's using his phone or something camera to record. And as you're looking at the screen, like on Twitter, all you're seeing is his image from his camera. I think for when you, like, I'm a desktop person, you know, but he's more like a camera person. I cannot. Okay, when people record like this, it drives me crazy. Like, use landscape, okay? Use landscape on your phone. I freaking hate it when you're sitting there looking at this little box as if you're on TikTok or something like that. It's like, anyone ever heard of landscape mode? Very pretty grass. We have weeds in Illinois. Yes, he on foot, as far as we know. He's just on foot. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna head off because I'm gonna go make some dinner because it's already 6:30 here. Yeah, you know, I've been letting a spider live with me in the bedroom for about a week now. It's just hanging on the window, and I tossed it a piece of bacon the other day because I don't know how long spiders can wait to eat before like they get hungry. But I threw a piece of bacon and it landed in the web. So I'm not sure, to be honest, because after that I forgot all about it. So I'm not sure if he went down, cleaned out his web or not. Yeah, social. Yeah, it drives me crazy. Like, I just landscape. I always feel like I want to open this up and be like that so I can see more. Anyways, you guys take care. Honestly, I don't know. I'll be amazed if something happens tonight, but let's pray that they do catch him ASAP because obviously, right? I mean, if you lived in this area and you knew that a freaking convicted murder of two back in 2017 and then taking his girlfriend's life, this guy's not afraid to take lives. I'm amazed that he flickered on the light switches on the one guy, right? When the house that he was in, the dad flickered the lights off and on, and like Morse code, he flicks on the downstairs lights, basically to say like, yeah, I'm here. But anyways, you guys take care. Thanks for joining me. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you when we see you. All right, take care, guys. And I'm just gonna end the broadcast. I'm gonna play no outro. Okay, come on, mouse, giddy up.